Erie was a God-fearing man.
Great guy, very much so a people person.
He never met a stranger.
Because he talks to everyone.
Me being about 10 minutes away from him, I was able to visit him pretty frequently and, check in on him.
He left me a voicemail Sunday. I call him, no answer's going to voicemail. I text, no answer. I go to the grocery store. I'm in there and they say, you heard your father got picked up.
At that point, it was sort of a scramble to find out where he was booked, where he was being housed, what his condition was, where was he okay?
I knew something was wrong because I hadn't heard from him, but I didn't know it was going to be something like this.
And I think it took a course of over maybe 1 or 2 days before we got those answers and found out he was at Richwood Correctional Facility.
Keep in mind, they're not telling us why he's in Shreveport, just that he's in Shreveport.
We just know what they told us.
By the time we found out he was in the hospital, he was in a coma state where he basically was on life support. Initially, when we tried to see him, there was a guard on the door. There were restrictions where we weren't able to see him.
When the state police stopped him and they called for the city of Monroe to help them out and they didn't come and he let them go, the state police should have took over and helped him if they knew something was wrong, and we wouldn't be sitting here today.
You're hoping he's going to come back from this, but you know he's not.
When we were finally able to see him, we could tell there was some type of foul play because of his injuries. I was hurt.
I'm looking at my dad for 30 days until he died.
We were still under the pressure of the doctors asking the family to make a decision on whether or not we wanted to continue to keep him on life support. Has he had a past of this, a history of that? It almost felt like an interrogation.
For it to be classified on his death certificate as a homicide, and yet you are telling me, oh, we're not liable. How can you not be? Who is? Something happened under your care. Number one, you know what happened. And number two, it's on you.
Somewhere between him being transferred out of the cell by the officers, him being placed in a sally port, an area that does not have surveillance.
I can see how a family can get tired. I've lost hope.
Their whole strategy is to prolong and bury, and basically try to tire us out to the point where we just give up. We can't give up on my father. It's not that easy, whether it's 6 years or 60 years.
God answered prayers. We've been praying about it, and we've been waiting for someone. And so to have public justice come in another state to work this case, help us with this case is a blessing.